Hello everybody, Calvin Nation here once again with another Spyderco knife review. This is going to be on the Bill Moran Drop Point in Safety Orange FRN. This is a fixed blade from Spyderco, which is now discontinued, and whether I get the military review that I just filmed up before this one, I don't know, but I'm just going to mention something I did in that one as well, and that is that I got the military and the Bill Moran Fixed blade together in a little combo pack for about 175 bucks. From Warriors and Wonders, and these are now both discontinued, both the military and the Bill Moran. So if you've been thinking about getting either of those two knives, definitely check them out now before they get too pricey or just become unavailable. But I don't think you'll have a huge problem with this knife here. I did get this at Warriors and Wonders. I think there might still be some there as well. But let's get on with the review. The knife comes with, obviously, the knife, but also the sheath, which they call a Balteron sheath. It's with a G-clip system that attaches to a belt or a waistband in a cross-draw, horizontal or inverted or vertical position. And actually, before I talk about what I like about this knife, I'm just going to read out what Spyderco themselves says about this knife. I think I'll probably do that in my reviews from now on. I've done it before. But I always find that the actual companies themselves, they put it pretty well in the little description of the knife. So here it goes. They say that this is Spyderco's first fixed blade that was designed by none other than Mr. William Moran, master and at the forge and founder of the American Bladesmith Society. It was released in the 1990s, and I actually did not know that until I read this, and hasn't undergone any changes since then. So that's pretty cool. I'll probably see if I can put a picture of the older one of these in this video as well. So let's see, where was I? The Moran Spyderco collaboration is the ultimate outdoor camp survival style knife, new for 2009. Spyderco offers the knife with an easy to see safety orange handle. So I guess obviously that's different from the older one, but yeah. Okay, so Spyderco engineers opted to use VG10 stainless steel for the blade, due to its extremely high carbon content and tight grain structure. VG10 takes and holds a superior edge. The Moran style skinning blade is 3 7/8 inches. I guess that's the other one, the upswept blade. And it's with a satin finish. We've ground it fully flat for a high performance cutting. This knife justly earns the name Featherweight Incorporation, with an ergonomic lighter-than-air handle of Safety Orange FRN, which is, again, fiberglass reinforced nylon, with a black non-slip Craton side grips. Okay, so that's what Spyderco says about this knife. Now, what do I think about this knife? Well, I like it. I think there's a few things they could improve on, but let's just get started with the blade. Here, like they say, it's a drop point blade, full flat grind, VG10, which I agree with them. I love the VG10. I think you could say it is my favorite steel. But I absolutely love VG10. It holds edge, like they say. For me, I've found that it has good corrosion resistance as well. And yeah, it's an awesome steel. And it came very, very sharp. Super sharp. I actually, even though it's, you know, knives can only get so sharp, I think this might actually be the sharpest knife out of box that I've ever had. It's cool that they actually put the trademark hole in there, even though it's just a fixed blade, just a very small hole. Let's actually see, they do have a hole diameter. It's 5/32 inch, so that's kind of cool. I guess it could kind of work as a blood groove. It wouldn't probably do anything noticeable difference, but I'm sure it might help a tiny bit. But yeah, it's got a fairly sharp point, and I just want that to focus there. Definitely a lot sharper than the military's even, or a lot thinner. But they do keep it relatively thick instead of just going completely straight to the edge, which is nice. It's got a fairly thin blade stock at, let's see, okay, 1/8 of an inch, which is good there. That's kind of just a standard specification for most knives. As we move down a little bit farther, we can see, and like they said, we have the orange Frn handle with the, what did they say again? I think it's Craton or something. Hold on, what did they say? Okay, yes, it was Kraton side grip, so it's a FRN Kraton mix. The orange is the FRN, and the Kraton is the black, and as well as this. It feels like a rubber. I'm guessing it is a rubber. It just has a specific name. Now, like I said, there's things I could improve on this. One being this little spot here. I guess you could, I don't know if they meant for this to be a choil, but I often find using it, I put my finger in there, and I haven't cut myself yet, but I feel like it would be pretty easy to cut yourself on that, and that is my favorite way to use it. It just feels like you're a little bit too far down the handle. It doesn't feel like you have enough control back here, so I like to put my finger in there, but I feel like if you were in a situation where you needed aggressive cutting, maybe even in fighting, which I'm not saying is a thing that you should be doing, or recommending it even if you are in a situation like that. And I don't want to make a video about that, but I would use a knife as a very, very last resort in a survival situation against another human being. But on with my point, if you're using it in an aggressive situation like that, you would probably most likely cut yourself if you held it there. But it's not a huge issue, but also on the opposite side of the blade here, it doesn't really provide that much grip. It doesn't have a traditional, really steep thumb ramp, and this rubber really doesn't provide that much grip, or the Kraton. It's just not really sufficient enough to really keep it there. I mean, for light cutting tasks, definitely yes, it would keep your finger there. But again, if you were in a really aggressive situation, it's not the most ergonomic knife to be cutting with. But yeah, other than that, that's really all I can say. I can go over the specs again here. Overall length is 8 1/16 inch. For some reason, oh yeah, I was going to say for some reason they don't have the closed length, but obviously it can't close, so length overall is always going to be 8 1/16 inch. Blade length is going to be 3 15/16 inches. Cutting edge is 3 17/16 inches. Blade steel again, VG10, FRN grips with Kraton side, or Frn Handle with Kraton side grips. And let's see, yeah, it is made in Japan. All the VG10 blades will be made in Japan. VG10 is a Japanese steel. So there's the blade. I don't know if I've put the pictures in post-edit yet, but I've taken some nice pictures with this, so if I haven't put those in, I'll put some up now. Beautiful looking blade. I like the blade. And actually, you know what? I haven't talked about that sheath at all yet. I haven't really carried this knife too much yet. I really only used it a few times, twice. I brought it twice when I went camping, once on a fishing trip. I used it on the fishing trip basically only to cut fishing line. I didn't use it to skin any fish or anything, or fillet any fish. Really, that's all I've used it for, just various small cutting tasks as well that I don't even remember using. I know I've used it a few times to open a few things here and there, open some packages, but it's performed, relatively well, perfectly fine for what I've used it for. And this sheath, when I've carried it in that, it felt pretty light on the waist. Just carried it not concealed since I wasn't anywhere public, just on a fishing trip or camping. But I would refrain from carrying this just specifically where I live, because I am in Canada, and I actually don't know the specific rules on fixed blades. I'm sure we can publicly carry them here in Canada, but they can't be concealed from what I can gather. So, but I have no problems with this sheath. From what I can see here, you can move the clip up, either up or down. Comes right in the center. I think you can put it, can you put it horizontal? I'm not sure. Let's see actually what it says. It says sheath options. The enclosed sheath is manufactured from the highest quality materials available for your safety and reliability. This lightweight polymer retains its shape and resistant to solvents, chemicals, high impact, temperature extremes, shrinking and peeling. This sheath equips the knife for belt carry, strap attachment, and other portability options. The sheath has a leveraging push thumb off point, allowing you to safely position your hand, and then push to release the knife from the sheath. Oh yes, so here. It is nice, very nice deployment. You just pop your thumb right on there and it just pops right off. So that's nice there. It's very easy to deploy this knife out of the sheath. They also have here sheath carry options too. It says small of back, cross draw, inverted, and vertical. And I'm no fixed blade master, and I'm not too experienced in fixed blades. But for you guys who know how to use all of these positions, that's what you can do. Belt carry here, it says Spyderco sheaths are equipped with a G clip. It affixes by way of tension spring clip in 5 carry positions: vertical, horizontal, inverted, cross, draw, or small of back for shoulder or waist attachment. The G clip allows the knife to be carried securely and unobtrusively against the body or pack. So that's the sheath for you. Other than that, I don't have too much experience with it, so hopefully that answers any questions. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.